Hello and welcome. Today I'd like to have a chat with you about our latest new projects that we've been working on and how some of the tech has evolved with the next generation of figures that we've been making. Battlefront's been making miniatures for the last 15 plus years, and we make them in a variety of materials, some of which you'll be very familiar with: hard plastic miniatures, tanks, and resin. This is currently what one of our D&D miniatures looks like and will come on a strip. The resin gives you the ability to have crispness and detail that often plastics get lost and it gets a bit soft, but the model needs to be assembled and put together as each piece needs to be cast. If you're familiar with our current range or one of the larger kits, that's how they currently work. And now, after a little bit of set changing, I've got some things to show you. As I mentioned before, resin has been our core material for all our D&D Collector series. Crisp, lovely detail, but multi-part model that requires assembly. The new generation of figures, the Descent to Avernus ones, the first 4 codes will be in market next week. These are very different indeed. You'll notice the pack is a little bit bigger than the current ones, but when you open your box, inside your little foam pop-out will be a completely fully assembled model. This is made in a new type of plastic. The model comes completely cast in one piece, but retains all the sharpness and detail that we used to get out of resin. This is a big leap forward for us and a very exciting time, because there's an awful lot of new miniatures that are going to come in this format, but the first wave of D&D are going to be on shelves with Descent to Avernus next week. That's Thavius Krieg, Silvara, and Lulu and Slobberchops, who are probably the 2 most important people in the entire module. Lulu, the Holophant, and Slobberchops, a rather bad-tempered, one-eared animal that will help you and guide you as your party goes through. As well as the one-piece magic castings of these beautiful new figures, we will also have the second wave of new tech coming for our D&D range, Zariel. One beautiful painted model, one multi-part plastic kit. This is the first of our 30mm range in multi-part. Similar technology to how we make tanks and other things, but we've never done it before with D&D. Again, about crispness of detail, about being able to make models fly and lift and balance, that is much harder in the more brittle materials. Zariel will be coming out next week with Descent into Avernus, and you'll be getting a little base and plastic frame. So these are the first 4 codes of our new Avernus range. There'll be a few more coming along. You can see Mahadi and Mad Maggie down here in the front, as well as Lucille, our Pit Fiend, Behemoth, Yinagu, and our oversized Lulu as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look for these new products in stores. We'd love to know your thoughts and views when you get them in your hands next week. Thanks again.